Start recording, and let me share my screen. Share, ignore, hide. Okay, we we started with the basics of programming, and then we jumped into variables, then we jumped into data types, and also we have seen one of the line of code, how we can print anything to the console. Okay, so we'll come to here. So let me close this. Let me come to home. Okay, as we have started, JavaScript is a programming language. It is no more a scripting language. It is a programming language. Okay, we just need this in from here. And introduction, yeah, we don't need this because we are not doing any web development. We are just using JavaScript for automation purposes on the Postman tool. Okay, so we don't need this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If it is good if you know a little about HTML and CSS. Okay, and we don't need where to, because this script thing is used when we are creating web pages. When we are creating web pages, that is where we place the script tags to make the web page interactive. Like I can show you in here. See here, in this web page we have placed where, okay, I think yeah, in here, so that in order to make a web pages interactive, that is why JavaScript is also used, because it was earlier, when JavaScript was created, it was a purely a scripting language and it was only for the web development. That is the reason it is still used over there. It is a popular language. Now the next thing we need to know here is this one, writing into the browser console. This is what we use. This is the line of code which we use. What is console, what is log, and what are this parentheses? This all we will definitely get to know soon. Did I start? Okay. Okay, so it is same like if like system.out.println in Java, and uh, console.write line in C sharp, and print in Python. In the same way, in order to print to the console, we use this statement. So you can place anything in this parenthesis. I mean, if I copy this, and if I paste it here, you can paste anything. You can paste anything if you want, but it should be in a, like, if it is a int, if it is a number, then it should not go under quotes. If it is a string, then it should go under either single or double, or there is also one more way where you can print the string, is using the back tick symbol, which is right below the escape key. Right below the escape key, this is a back tick symbol. Okay, using this as well, you can print a string value. Like, okay, so if I click here, see. So there are three ways. Okay, one is single, and then single quotes, then double quotes. Then there is a third way as well, only in JavaScript. I think, yeah, in C sharp also it is available, where you can use backticks to print a string to the console. Okay, and so this is the method. I mean, yeah, I can say it. So this is how you can print uh, to the console. Okay, and also if you want to print boolean, that also should not go under any quotes. Boolean values, number, should not go under quotes, but the string can go under quotes. Okay, should go under quotes, not can, should go under quotes. Okay, so this is how you use to print to the console. And if you want to print, if you want to see how exactly it works, um, let me right click and go to the dev tools, go to console tab, and let me up and just type in here. I have cleared the console window, and if I just type con, I can see the option, then dot. LO. Then I can see the option. Then I can print anything. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay. See, it printed hello everyone. In the same way we did in Postman as well. We did console.log. Uh, I think we didn't. Okay, okay. We'll come to that. We'll come to that. But this is how you can print to a console. You can print to a console. Okay. So now the next is statements. Okay, statements is nothing but if you read these two lines, you and three lines, sorry. A computer program is a list of instructions to be executed by a computer, right? Okay, so that is what the computer program is all about. In a programming language, these programming instructions are called statements. A JavaScript program is a list of programming statements. So if I say this is all our statements, okay, everything from here to here is this one statement, second statement, third statement, fourth statement. So these all statements, when combined, then it will give instructions to the computer stating to do particular task. Okay, so statements. Now tell me. Okay, so is this a statement or not? Is this a statement or not?
No.
Why?
It is a statement because you give instructions to print
Yes,
to the computer
yes,
to print.
correct. I'm giving computer to print something, to print to output. So I'm giving one statement to the computer stating that, can you please print true, a Boolean value true to the output? It did its job. So it is a statement. Okay, it is a statement. And semicolon is not mandatory. Okay, semicolon is not mandatory in JavaScript, but it is a good practice to always have a semicolon at the end of your statement. At the every statement which you are ending, please place semicolon. Okay, but it is not mandatory. Okay, now we are okay, any instruction. Okay, uh this also is an instruction, but here x plus y, we are seeing here, we are getting the values from here. That is the reason I have said this is complete is group of statements. But here I am only doing one task. I'm performing only one task, and that is performed successfully. So that is also a statement. That is also a statement. Okay, now, okay, and semicolons, yes, add a semicolon at the each of executable statement. It is not, yeah, as I said, it is not required, but yeah. Now, this is done. Now, yes, this thing, white space, line length, code blocks, no, we don't need this. Okay, I think, okay, let me copy this. I think this will, any Java person or a C# person, is this the right way to write in Java?
No,
No, we
we
need
have
to, yes, we have to initialize the variables and give the value.
Sorry,
Like we need to write integer, we need to write the data type first, and
huh,
then variable name, and
huh,
then given the value. So we
huh.
need to declare or initialize. So this is the initialization.
Okay. I mean, okay, what exactly is missing here? What exactly is missing in this
Data
line?
type,
Data type. Where exactly I need to place it?
just in front of integer a is equal to b,
Uh-huh. Integer A.
and in front of b integer b.
Uh, mm, okay. Okay.
Yes,
Mm.
and
And
then
uh,
integer c is equal to a plus b, or you
okay.
can write like that integer abc and
Yeah.
then perform things here.
Yes. So this is how you write in Java, right? You do
Yes,
specify data type, but
yes.
in JavaScript it is not required to. It is
Mm,
never required to give a data type. Okay, now if I print this, okay, I'm gonna print C. Okay, let me see what happens. See, it did print successfully. So in JavaScript, it is not mandatory. It is not never required to give a data type. Okay. Now, there's one thing. Okay, now I'll ask one thing.
Excuse
Uh,
me, Ashish.
yeah.
So when we write the C, okay, so
Hmm.
it should be like if it's a value, so we do not need to give inverted commas or single or what you said the third thing. So we can write like that.
Yeah, I'll come
If
to that
it's a
variable.
statement,
Yeah,
okay,
I'll
okay.
come to the variable thing. Okay, we will be coming to that. Okay, first thing, before that, okay, now what is missing here? What is okay? Now you understood, right? We don't need to give a data type. Okay, data type is
Hmm.
not required when you're performing any actions on the variables in JavaScript. Okay, so line and length, code blocks, and keywords. Okay, there are many keywords as reserved words or keywords we can say as we have in Java or C sharp or Python. In the same way, there are many keywords. Okay, I'll come to this keywords thing. Okay, now syntax. Okay, syntax we know. Um, okay, so I'll come to this as well. Okay. Huh. First, I'll come from the top. Okay, before that, before we come to the statements and syntax and variables, we all know how to write comments, right? Okay, it is the same. It is the same in JavaScript as well. Single line goes in double forward slash, and multi-line goes in this way. This is the easiest thing to remember. Okay, uh, so
Hmm.
these are how you can create comments. Single line. This is single line comment, and this is multi-line comment. This will not affect our code at all. Okay, this will not affect, and we all know that. Yeah. So this will not affect our code. Now I'll come to comments are done. Now statements are done. Okay, statements. What we left? Keywords, right? Keywords. Okay, I'll cover that in syntax. Okay. Now before this, I just want to ask something. Let me clear this all. Okay. Uh, le- okay, x equal to 5. So what is this complete thing? It is a statement. Okay, it is a part of statement. It is a part of statement because we are not performing any task. But what exactly is this? What exactly I'm doing here?
Variables,
Sorry.
variable,
Yes,
variable,
yes, I have created a variable where 5 is a variable value, x is the variable name,
name.
and equals to is the assignment. But as we know, this is not the standard way to use. Either we need to put var or let or const,
Const.
right. This is how
Hmm.
Mm.
we create a variable. Either put var, please don't use it because it is not recommended. I'll tell you why. And let or const. Okay, go with let or const. And in Postman, mostly we will be using const only because we will be expected not to change the values anymore in our code. Anywhere we should not we should not change our values. So to keep it constant, we always use const. Okay, so we have var, comma, let, comma, const. Okay, we can use any one of these. Okay, now, so this is how you, let me go with this. So this is how we create a variable, right? A complete variable. This is all, it's all combined is called a variable. Now, uh, okay, we have const as variable. What next? What next? Huh. Okay. Now, literals. Okay, JavaScript values. We have fixed values and variable values. Fixed values are literals, and variable values are called as variables. This is nothing but, let's say, this is a number literal. Okay, 5. 5 is a number literal, but when we combine from x equal to 5, then that is a variable. Okay, that is which means 5 will never change, but we can change the variable value to something else. We can put x equal to 7. Okay, or we can put x equal to Ashish. Okay, this is how you can change the values. Okay, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Okay, if you only look at this part, then this is a number, literally a number value. This is literally a string value. Okay. Then also x equal to sorry, not bool, true. Okay, so this is literally a Boolean value. Okay, but here x is always changing. We can change x. Now, if I put, but okay, what will be the problem here if I want to print x? Will be there, will be any error produced, or will it print true as output? Will it print true as output when I want to print x, or will it give an error?
Because it's constant, so
Mhm.
I think it's the last one. So true.
Okay, as it is constant, what will it output?
It will print the last
Please
value. It means
ask
print.
again, Ashish. Come up again.
Okay,
Mhm.
now I want to print the value of x. What will it print as the output? Will it print true, or will it give an error?
True.
True. Okay, so everyone on the same page. Let me print x. Why did it print error? Why did it give error?
Because it's constant.
Yes.
Yes. Then why did we say true? It will print true.
It's wrong.
Hmm.
We have to put let if you want to put to
Yeah, if
print
we
true.
put let, yes, if we change this to let, then it will print true. But
It's
if,
variable.
as it
Mm.
is const, so we did discuss about this and we were clear on this. But yeah, okay.
Mhm.
So that is the reason it have given an error. So whenever there is a const in front of a variable value, then whenever we change the value and try to print that recent variable value, it will always give error, because we cannot change the constant value ever. We cannot. Okay.
Ashish,
Yeah.
why it didn't print 5? So it didn't like it would ignore, for example, 7 and Ashish and true and go directly to print
No,
the
no,
constant value.
because we did change the value. We tried to change the value. We tried to change the x value to something else. So it will take the latest
Okay.
one. It will take the latest one. It will
Okay.
not take 5. 5 is ignored. 5 is not there in the memory anymore. 5, it is not there in the
Mhm.
memory. Okay, x value has been updated with true, but it will not be updated with true as, I mean, we cannot print true output as well, because it is a constant. It is constant. So this true value is trying to get into this 5 place, which is not possible because it's a constant value. Now,
So
yeah.
it should
Hmm.
give us now 5 or 7. It should give 5.
Why
It
will
should
it
print 5.
will it print 5? Because see, when we are trying to update the value here, right?
Mhm.
We went ahead and tried to update the x value to true, right?
Okay.
So it the error was here only. Okay, error was in the place of 7 only. Actually, not in true as well. If I comment, try to print x. Please still see it is saying x equal to 7, x equal to 7. The error was here only. I mean, it didn't go to Ashish or true. It gave an error here as well because it tried to get 7 uh, 5 replaced with 7, but it has seen that okay, it's a constant and it cannot go into this memory of x with the value of 7. That is the reason it's a see assignment to constant variable type error. If we read the error message, it says assignment constant variable. Please do not do this assignment to the constant variable because we cannot change it. Once constant is given, then you cannot change it. You have to create a new variable completely. You see now it printed 7 because it's a different variable, completely different variable. But if it is const, then you cannot change the value. You cannot update the variable value with something else. It will always throw an error and it will not give the what they say, the default value. It will never print the default value because it is still trying when you're trying to print it. When you're trying to print this console.x, it is still trying to print 7 and not 5 because it is
Mhm.
trying 7 is getting in the way of, I mean, 7 is getting into 5 place, but it is not happening. Okay.
So
The
Ashish,
Yeah,
so instead of const, if there is let, so there is no problem
no,
because
no
it
problem.
will print the current value of
Yes,
that variable.
yes. So
Okay.
let is okay. Let we can update variable values with anything else. Okay, we can update here as well. We can get this too. Okay, now it will print true. See, it printed
Okay.
true.
Okay.
So const, once const is given, then you
Mhm.
cannot update the value. Apart from that, let and var, yes, you can do it.
Mhm.
Okay, and it will not print the default value. There is there's nothing like that. Okay, I mean it will not allow the system or the program will not allow to print. I mean it will definitely throw an error. Okay, now so this is a number literal, this is a string literal, this is a boolean literal, but these are the variable values. I mean, variable values can be changed. Variable values can go ahead and change. We can change the values, but 5 cannot be changed. I mean, uh, this once it is 5, it is always 5. Once it is Ashish, it is always Ashish. But x can be changed. That is what it says. Okay, fixed values are these 5, and variable values are like or called variables means you can go ahead and change them. You can change, but if you say const, yes, then you cannot change this. This is a fixed value. This is completely fixed variable, not fixed value. It is a fixed variable. No more changes can be done here. No more changes. Okay, but if it is let, then yes, you can. You can change how many times you want. You can change it to different values. You can change back again. You can change it back to x1 equal to it will be true now, right? Then you can change it back to 7 back to 7 again. Okay, so this you can do for let and var, but const you cannot. Okay, so now, so see, these are literals. These are completely number and string literals where the value is fixed. Okay, but variable values can be changed like this. Okay, variable values can be changed. And yes, this is a way. I mean, this is as in every programming language. Um, like you can declare. Okay, here let x. So no, let's say y. So what exactly I'm doing here? What exactly I'm doing here? Let y. What exactly I'm doing here?
You're calling y?
Nah, I'm declaring a variable.
Declaring I am.
Okay.
Declare
I'm not
variable.
calling y. Where I am calling y?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm declaring a variable. Now y equal to 5. Okay. Now what I'm doing?
Assignment.
Initializing.
Yeah, initializing, assigning. Yeah. Let's do initializing. Let me put this as a assigning a value to variable. Okay. So you can do in two steps as well. Okay, let y. First you can declare a variable with a variable name and a variable type. Then you can assign the value. But most of the cases, what we will do is we will we if we know the value, what value should go under the variable name, then we do it in this way. Most of the cases, okay. Const as well, yeah. Most of the cases we will do in this way, okay. So this is what now operators will come later. Expressions, operators will come later. We will not talk about it yet. Okay, keywords. Okay, now before coming to keyword, yes, in same as in other languages, we cannot give a keyword as a variable name. Okay, what will be the keyword here? I mean, what all keywords we have seen? We have seen console, we have seen log, we have seen let, var, const, right? So if I give in this way, let equal to let 12, so let's see what it will say. When you're using IDE, I mean, it might be VS Code or it might be Eclipse or it might be NetBeans or sorry, IntelliJ or anything. There it will automatically throw an error here itself. It will say you cannot use this as a variable name. Now, if I say let and run this, see, let is disallowed as a lexically bound name. I mean, yeah, as it is a reserved keyword, we cannot use what they say as a variable name. All the keywords, all the JavaScript keywords. Okay, if you can see JavaScript keywords, I think you can find somewhere else. Okay, JavaScript keywords list. I'm not sure if I can find the JavaScript keywords here. No, it hasn't been listed over here. But you will get to know, okay, if there is any keyword that you're trying to use as a variable name, then it will throw an error. Then you will understand, okay, you should not use that as a variable value, sorry, variable name. Okay. um, any questions still here? Any questions? Any
One thing,
questions? Yeah.
yes, Ashish, one
uh,
thing,
uh,
when we need to print any statement,
mhm.
so we can use double quotes and single quotes, and one more thing, I don't know
Backtick.
that.
Backtick, huh? Yeah.
What you call that?
Backtick. Backtick.
Okay,
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 which is right below the escape key, right below the escape key on your keyboard.
okay, that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay, like in this way. This is a backtick. Okay,
okay. In between, we need to write the statement.
yes, in between we need to write.
Okay,
Okay, so these are, I mean, these are three ways where you can print the string,
okay,
to the output. Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Um, okay, great. So, and yes, yesterday it was asked. Okay, so these are the ways how you can create a variable name, a letter A to Z or smaller case A to Z. Okay, start with a dollar sign or with an underscore, but we will not be using this in our programming most of the times because it will really cre- uh, will be complicated. It will really make our code complicated when we are trying to use those variables anywhere in our code. Like if I say here uh, let dollar sign, where is the dollar sign? Let dollar sign name equal to then here it is one single line of code, we can easily find out. But why do we need to make ourselves complicated with this dollar sign or underscore? Okay, let me try to print it. Let's see if it prints or not. Yeah, it did print. Now let me try with the underscore. Yeah, it did print, but we don't want to make our variable names complicated. Yes, yes, if you want to use it when if you have spaces, okay, if you have spaces in your variable name, if you and you we cannot use spaces, that is the reason I can say first name. Okay, in this way you can use the underscore. Okay, but don't start with underscore or dollar sign. It will make our variable values very complicated when we are trying to use in our code later. I mean, if we have written 1,000 lines of code and then we are trying to remember, okay, did I put the dollar sign in front of my variable name or did I put the underscore? It's complicated. Okay, so don't use it. Use simple variable values. Okay, variable names. Sorry, variable names. Okay. So, but yes, either we can start with A to Z in uppercase or in lowercase a to Z, and then in this way. Okay. Now I have one question. Mm, hmm. Mm. Are these both equal? Are these both same? Am I duplicating the let variable value?
No,
It's
no,
the same. It's the same.
no.
Does not.
It's not
Does
same
it's not same? Why?
because
Hmm.
n is a capital in
Yeah.
another. Yeah.
Yeah. So JavaScript is case sensitive. Here n is lowercase. Here n is uppercase. So both are different. This variable is different. This variable is different. So now if I use it x, if I try to use it, it will not give any error to me. Okay. In one, I'm not using the semicolon. Okay. Let me print this out. Copy. First name, right? First name. Then copy paste. First, let's see. Oh, why did it? Okay, sorry, I've used this. See, it printed. It hasn't uh, given us any error because this is a different uh, variable name, and this is a different variable name. Okay, both are different. That is the reason. And this complete thing is a variable. We are creating a variable, and here if we say let x, then this is declaring a variable, and x equal to 5, then this is uh, initializing or assigning a variable value. Okay, so here, okay. Yeah, as we said, case sensitive. JavaScript is case sensitive. And yes, we do use camel case. Here we can see. So this is how we use the first letter of the variable name is in lowercase. The next word will be in uppercase. Same way. Okay, this is just for reading purposes. Okay, better reading, nothing else. You can also write like everything in uppercase, everything in lowercase, or give us underscore in between Mastercard. You can also put in. Let me copy this. Let me clear this out. Okay, we can either create a variable name in this way, or we can say in this way, or we can also create in this way a variable value, or we can also create in this way. There is no rule. There is no rule, but only for reading purpose. If you think this is easy for you, this is easy for reading purpose, then create in this way. Okay, there's no such rule that okay it should go in this way only. The only rule applies is this one. Okay, it should either start with dollar sign or underscore or uppercase A to Z or lowercase a to z, not with numbers, not with any other special characters. Okay, so any questions still here? Any questions?
No, Ashish, still good.
Okay,
It's okay.
it's okay. Means you do have any question?
No, 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 Ashish, no, no questions.
Okay. So now we'll come to variables. Okay. Variables. Okay. Here I did create a document. Okay. Now, now here I want to show one thing where x equal to 5. Okay. Then where x equal to x equal to true. Is this valid? Is this valid? Are these valid statements?
Yes. I don't know
Okay.
about var, but if it was constant, yes, yes, I think it's yes.
No, I'm talking about var. Is it valid for var?
Yes. Mm, I don't know. You said we should not use var, we should use only let and
Yeah,
const.
I mean, I'm just asking, is this valid for var?
Not
Yes,
sure.
it's valid.
How is it valid? Okay, let me say one more time. Var x equal to 5. Now, now, yes, you're right. It is valid. See, var
Mm.
we can use the same variable name and we can have multiple values updated. Okay, in var,
Mm-hmm.
yes, we can do this. This is all valid. Okay,
Okay, okay, okay.
this is all valid. Now we'll come to let y equal to 7, let y equal to let y equal to false, let y equal to 7. Now, is this valid?
Yes, yes, yes,
This is valid.
yes.
Okay, in var, it is valid. Yes. In let also, this is valid, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
But it's constant, it's not valid.
Okay. Okay. So, if I want to print console.log, mm, y, what will be the output?
7.
7,
7, right?
the
Okay,
last one, yeah.
7. Let me note that. Why did it give error?
There are two 7,
Okay,
one up and one down.
let me put it 9. Okay, now I'll run it.
Give 9.
Now, why did it give error?
Because
Hmm.
you print here,
I print what?
Ashish,
Huh.
in Y.
Hmm.
So that's why it's printing fast, Ashish.
What? What? Come again? I printed Ashish.
Yes.
Where did I print Ashish? I printed Y. I never printed
Sorry,
Ashish.
sorry, 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 sorry,
Uh,
sorry. Yes. Y. So it should come 9 then.
Yeah, why it is not coming 9? Can you read the error message?
Identify why is already been declared. Okay.
Has already been declared. Why
Huh.
has already been
Okay.
declared?
Then where is the error here?
At the beginning, we should not put some. No, we should not put let in the other lines. Only the first line must
Yes.
have let.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Now I'll remove this and I'll uncomment these. Okay. Now I'll change this value to something 78. Console.log and here X. Okay. I'll comment these lines. Now I'll print it. For var, it is fine. Var you can use for the same variable name, you can use var multiple times. No issues with that. Okay, no issues. But when it comes to let, once you have given a variable name with a variable type as let, same variable name should not be using the let anymore. Only you should not keep let anymore. If you don't put let, and but you can change the value n number of times, now it will print 9. So
Yeah, because
always,
when you repeat,
yeah,
when
sorry,
you repeat let, then
yeah,
it's like if you declare each time you declare
correct,
the variable
correct.
value.
So that is the reason, always read the error message. Once you read the error message, mostly you will get answer over there only, mostly. Okay, now I'll come to const. Okay, const is very simple. Once you have it, uh, okay, once you have it, then neither you can use this. Okay, neither you can do this, nor you can do this. Just say true. Okay, if you try to print, okay, see, let me comment this out. Now if you try to print, now where exactly is the error? On which line is the error?
Just
On which line?
second,
Huh?
in the second.
Oh, okay, okay, you're going in this. Okay, yeah, 17. Okay, yeah, second line. The error is
Oh
on
yeah,
second
that's,
line.
yeah,
Yeah, why?
17.
Because now if I
You repeat.
comment this,
Mm.
sorry, if I comment this and try to run again it will give an error because we cannot change the constant value once it has been initialized or declared and then initialized. Okay, you cannot. So where you can redeclare with the same variable name multiple times, and you can change the value as well. Like you can say x equal to 78, right? Again x equal to false, this is also valid. Okay, so where, that is the reason, as we don't have any restrictions for where data type, that is the reason it has been improvised with let and const. Const is super simple, super simple. Like once you have given a value to the constant, then there is no way that you can reassign with a different value. So that is the reason we mostly 99% we use constant data type only. Okay, that is what is said here. Okay, if you read this, please read these 3 lines. Const can't reassign and can't redeclare it. Once done is done. Let can't reassign, but sorry, can reassign but can't redeclare it. I mean, we can't do this in this way. I mean, let y equal to 7, then we cannot use let anymore. Let y equal to, we can't use it, but we can change y value to something else. That is what it is said here. I mean, we can reassign the value, reassign variable, no restrictions at all, can reassign and can redeclare it. That is the reason we went with let and const. The future versions of JavaScript came with let and const. Okay, so mostly we will be using const. Any questions till now? Any questions?
No,
No, it's clear.
super
Okay.
clear. Yeah.
Okay, great. And you will be not using this in the Postman. Mostly you will be not using it, but still, if you want to, let me copy this complete code. You will get to know how exactly it displays. Okay. Mostly you will be not using it, but at any point of time, if you want to know it in a table format, okay, in a table format, then you can use it. See, it came in a table, I mean, table format with the indexes, okay, like an array in, we haven't come to array yet, right? So let's say table format 0, 1, 2. So JavaScript in 0 and 1 to 3, and then computer science. We will not be using it, just for your own, just for your information. Okay, I have used this console.table. The only thing we will always use is console.log. Okay, just ignore that I have given this information to you. Okay, just forget it. The only thing we use is always console.log. Okay, great. So this is done. Now we'll come to data types. Okay, so and why exactly we use variables? Okay, why exactly do we use variables? Why there is a
To
need of
store the to store
need?
the value.
Okay, yeah, storing is done. Okay,
Hmm.
why do we need to store the value in a variable?
It's
To
like a
recall it again.
container. It's like a container, so we need to store.
Yeah, I mean, we need a
To
container to
call
store
it,
a value, but why
to
exactly we
call
need?
it,
Huh?
to call it again when it's needed, like when we are doing
Correct,
the coding.
correct. Let's say my full name is, okay, full name equal to, okay, Ashish, uh, and John, and Sam, and Ron, and Jack. Okay, so let's say there is a lengthy. I mean, okay, we'll go with the address. Okay, if we full address, if I say full address, then it will be very lengthy, right? If I say I can say address. Okay, let's say address, and the address can be so lengthy. Okay, someone's address can be very lengthy. Okay, in this way, very lengthy, and then in this way. Okay, so if I want to use, let's say I want to print address. Okay, if I want to print address, console.log. Okay, then I have to use this lengthy text all the time I need to use it. So rather than using this lengthy text, what we do is, how big, or whatever data it might be, we always store that in a variable, so that it will be easy for to understand, and also easy for to access, and also it is easy for us to do certain tasks using that variable. Okay, so and also, if we want to change the value of a variable, we can easily do it. We can then go to then we can go and say address equal to something else, Sesame Street. Okay, we can say in this way, then it will update the address once again. Okay, so that is a main reason we create variables. That is a main reason we create variables, so that it will be easy for us to remember, and easy for us to write our code. Okay, main reason that we use variables. Whenever we want to, if we want to update the variable, modify the variable, update the variable value, modify the variable value, or yeah, do some tasks on the variable values, then uh, always it is easy doing with the variable name rather than the variable value. Variable value can be lengthy, or might be very complicated, or might be something with a different text and all those things. That is the reason. So let's keep it too simple. That is the reason we use variable names. We use variable names. Okay. Now, okay, variables. Okay. So this is stores. Yeah, stores. Yeah, that is all good. And Yeah, use when to use. I always recommend not to use var at all. It will really make your code very complicated, and we never use it actually. We never use it. Okay. Uh, and what else? We'll come to operators later. Yeah, data types. Now coming to data types. Okay, let me remove this all. How many data types do we have? I mean, how many data types did we see till now? How many data
4
types? Okay, name them please.
string,
Okay.
numbers,
Number. Number.
number.
Hmm.
And boolean, true or
Hmm.
false, and not
Yeah,
identified.
got it.
None.
Yeah.
Okay,
And there was one more.
and null. Null is
Yes.
not used. You said.
Yeah, null is not used in the sense we don't, but we will be getting it in the output whenever we do console.log. At times we might get null as an output. We'll come to that. We'll definitely come to that. We'll come across null. Okay, but mostly used I mean, these three are mostly used. Undefined also we will come to that when we will be talking about objects. When we'll be talking about objects. Okay, JavaScript objects. Okay, so these are the three data types. Okay, now let's say, okay, uh, okay, yeah, let num1 equal to, let me comment this out, num1 equal to, yeah, 9 divided by, okay, what will be the output of this?
9 divided by Ashish.
Hmm? What will be
It's
the
9.
output? Sorry?
9, 9 divided by Ashish.
The output will be 9 divided by Ashish.
Because we cannot make it like it does not make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. True. So let's see what will be the output. Okay.
And defined.
Now, not a number. It will say
Okay.
not a number because 9 cannot be divided
Ashish
by
is
a
not.
string, right?
Yeah.
So the output is not a number. We cannot divide it. It says, the computer says we cannot divide it. So it's not a number. The output cannot be a number. So that is the reason it says NaN. NaN is not a number. Okay. Now we'll see
Okay.
another one. Let num2 equals to 9 divided by 0. Now what will be the output?
Mhm.
If you have come across Java, when some number is divided by 0, I think, sorry, what will be the output in Java when some number is divided by 0? When any number is divided by 0, what will be the output in Java? Let's see. Java online compiler. End num equal to 9 divided by 0. Okay. And yeah. Num, num. See, it says there's an error exception. I mean, we can handle this in what they say, try and catch an exception handling. But yes, when some number is divided by 0, it throws an error in Java. Okay, in Java, it says a number cannot be divided by 0. But when it comes to JavaScript, now what do you think when what does JavaScript do? Does it throw an error or does it say something?
Maybe not possible.
Yeah, it says infinity. It says,
Oh,
I mean,
infinity.
infinity times I tried. I mean, infinity, zero to the power of infinity, but still I cannot divide 9. I cannot divide 9 with 0. So that is the only difference between Java and JavaScript. Okay. And if you try to divide this thing in Java, let's see what does it say. It throws an error here as well. Okay. Num 1. Okay. Okay, sorry, here string, right? So here we need to put this and this way. String. Okay, I need to comment this out. Yeah, still. See, it cannot divide. But in JavaScript, it says it's not a number and it's more user friendly. Yeah? Okay, it doesn't give us an error. It says not a number and this is infinite. Okay, so that is the only difference between Java and JavaScript when you are dividing with a string or dividing with 0 for any number. Okay, now we'll come. So this is what here. This is what it says. Now we'll come to the type of operator. Mm, okay, these are all type of. Okay, symbol. I don't want to talk about symbol because it will create again. But just for information purposes. Okay, just for information purposes. Okay, we know that in JavaScript, when there are primitive data types, there are like string, number, boolean, undefined, null, and there are two more, which is big int, which we never use, and there is one more symbol, which is also we never use, but still. Big int we don't use it. I don't want to discuss about it because we already have number. Number itself has a very large storage value, so that is the reason we will never be using big int. But when it comes to symbol, let me see. Here, if I remove this one, okay, my name is Ashish. My name is also Ashish. Okay, now I come here and put print. Now, this 3 equals to is like strictly equal, strictly. It should be strictly equal. Both should be very exactly the same. Exactly. I mean, the data type, everything should be the same. I mean, if it is let, then the other one should also be let. Okay. So that is what it says. So if I say this, it says true. But when I use symbol here, okay, when I use symbol data type here, okay. See, now it says not equals to because this is different and this is different. When I use symbol, that is what I mean. It is a uniqueness. I mean, it is like a constant value. Okay, we can consider it as a constant value. I mean, this is completely a different value and this is completely a different value when we use symbol. Okay, symbol data type. But yeah, just for information purpose, nothing more. Okay, the only data types which sorry.
Sorry. So why did you write the three symbols of equal?
The
I
reason,
didn't
yeah,
get it.
okay. In JavaScript, okay, in Java, if you want to make equals to, like if I say, how can I say, int, uh, int x equal to 5, okay, and int, I can write it here itself, okay, and y equals to 7, okay. Here in Java, what we do is, we say x equals to 5. So, sorry, x equals to y. Okay. Here it will these two equal signs are the are only I mean, this is all we can write in Java. There is no third equals to sign. Here itself it will be strictly checking if x equal to x value and the y value is same or not. But in JavaScript, in order to see um, here why we didn't use the third equals to, because we know that this is an integer variable and this is also an integer variable, but in JavaScript we don't have that option. And and the other reason is, in order to see the I mean, it will check more precisely. I can say it will check more precisely. For that we will be using 3 equals to sign. We can also use 2 equals to, that is also fine. 2 equals to is also fine, but we will be check 3 equals to is like checking the variable data type, variable value, variable name, and everything. So it is like strictly equal to in is one of the syntax in JavaScript where it will check each and every single uh, word, every single thing from the left hand side to the right hand side. Will I'll show you the difference where exactly it is useful. Okay, I'll show you the difference.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, I think. Here itself in symbol, I can show you somewhere else as well. I think, I think, where did I use it? Hmm, okay, I'll come to that. I'll definitely come to that. We will be using, mostly we will be using 3 equals to only in our code as well. We'll not be using double equals to. We will be using 3 equals to check if the left hand side value is equal to the right hand side value or not. Okay. Um, I'm not talking about the symbol thing. I'm not talking about, I can also say in this way. Okay. If let x equal to 5 and let y equal to 5. Okay, now if I say console.log x equals to 5, sorry, x equal to y, and then console.log x equals to y. Here, see, we can use both this equals to double equals to as well. We can also use triple equals to as well, but this is more recommended, more preferable, because it is strictly checking the values on both sides, checking values on both sides. In JavaScript we mostly use this 3 equals to. We will not be using this double equals to when we are comparing the left hand side value with the right hand side value. Okay, I'll come to this. I'll give you an example where exactly we will be using it more. I'll be coming to that. Okay, and
Okay.
then yeah, string is done. Okay, now okay, we are good with data types, right? We are good with string. We are good with number, and we are good with boolean and undefined and null, right? We are good with this. So string, what are the 3 ways we can create string in? One is single quotes, one is one is double quotes, and the third way is backticks. Okay, number, we don't need anything under quotes. Same with boolean, we don't need anything under quotes. How can we create an undefined variable? How can we create an undefined variable? How can we create an undefined variable?
So when we keep it empty, no
Yes,
value.
yes. So let z. Okay, we haven't defined any value here. Now, if I say console.log z, undefined. And how can we create a null thing? Is nothing but we just say
It's
m,
null
yeah,
in the value.
m equal to null. That is all we say, and not under quotes at all. Not under quotes. then console.log m. I'll come to this, Nadia. I'll come to this 3 equals to. Why do we use this? I'll give you an example for that. Okay. So we are good with data types here, right? We are good with data types. Any questions on data types? Primitive.
No,
We
it's
have,
okay.
yeah, yeah, we have discussed about primitive data types. These are all are primitive. I mean, inbuilt data types in JavaScript. Okay. Now I'll talk about one of the I mean non-primitive data type which we can create. Okay, which we can create. That is called as object. You would have heard it in many programming languages, but here we can create an object, okay, which is a non-primitive data type. And how can you create an object in JavaScript? Is in this way. I can give any variable data type, variable thing. Okay, let or const or var. Okay, then I'll give it a variable value equals to, here I'll put curly braces. In curly braces, I'll go ahead and give the type and value. Type and value. Okay. Name, shish, comma, page, comma, and national. Mhm. Sigma, two. So this is how you create an object, a JavaScript object, which is a non-primitive data type. We will be talking about this a lot, and actually we will be using object a lot in our code and in our console as well. So we will be talking about this. But do you, do you think anything, do you see any familiarity with this? I mean, have you seen in this way anywhere? Have you seen in this way anywhere?
Not me.
Uh, okay, let me comment this. Uh, let me comment. Oh, I don't want to comment this. Okay. Um, huh.
Isn't it
Now,
similar to JSON?
yes, yes, it is similar to JSON. It is similar to JSON, but let me open JSON. Okay, correct. REQRES. Create. And coming here. So the only difference is you don't put double quotes for the key. You don't put double quotes for the key, but the values do go under double quotes. So this is JSON and this is JavaScript object. The only difference. Okay, if you see here, see the key doesn't have any double quotes or single quotes, but here you can say, you can put in the double quotes as well. There's nothing wrong. Okay. So that is the only difference. JavaScript and Java JSON. This is the only difference. Key doesn't go under double quotes, but the values do go under double quote, single quote, or backticks. But in JSON, there is no single tick, no backticks, no single ticks and no backticks used. Only double quotes. For string, it is only double quotes. So, but the comma and the key value thing, and under the curly braces is all the same. Is all the same. But here you don't declare it with a variable value, variable name, but here you declare with a variable name. Okay, you should declare with a variable name, then only it is called as an object. Okay, if you don't do it, then now let me how can I,
Ashish,
yeah, yeah,
The variable name is less person. Is this the correct here? And all the value is what is between the curly brackets, yes?
Yes, this is all the value. This is one value. This is one
Okay.
variable value. Okay,
Okay.
everything. I mean, everything combined. We have string here, we have number here, we have again string, we have boolean. We can also have, I think, undefined. No, undefined we cannot have. Null we can have it. Let's see. Let's see. We can have undefined or not. Let me comment this out. Let's say, what else I can say? Education. Education, I'll keep it undefined. And state no. Here I need to put comma, and here also comma. Okay. Now I'll try to print this console.log. Same way as we print the other data types. In the same way we will be printing this. Okay. I need to comment this out as well. Let me see what it says. Okay. See, undefined is not valid. We cannot provide an undefined thing. Okay. So to print this, now it did print. Okay. So undefined, we cannot add it. There should be a value. Let me, because if I remove the comma, let's see what it does. Still it says, because why it says state equal to null, but the error is not in state equal to null. The error is here. Here is the error. In education is the error. Now it will print. So we cannot add an undefined variable name and value in the object. Apart from that, we can add anything. We can add null, data type, boolean, string, and number. Okay. And one thing, okay, which one in here? Let num equal to 67.8 times 6. Now, what data type is this?
Number.
Number. So in JavaScript, there is nothing called as float, double, int, long, nothing like that. Okay. Everything is a number. Everything is a number. Okay. So without decimal is also a number. With decimal is also a number. Okay. Now we'll come to this part. Okay. Now we want to know what is the type of a variable. We want to know what is the type of a variable. Okay. So let me print this as well. Let me print this. Okay, let me copy it here. We have an operator. We have an operator named as typeof. We have an operator named as typeof, which will provide us, what is the data type of that variable. What is the data type of that variable? Okay, there's one operator which we use, and that is called as console.log type of type of is the operator name. Okay, type of is the operator name. Then give a space, or also you can give it in the brackets. Person. Okay, it will give us the type of, see, object. So this is an object. The type of this complete variable is object. Now, if I say let num equal to 5, okay, and then I'll print this. See, it has given number. So in order to know what data type it is, we use number. Sorry, we use type of operator. And you can also give a space. You can also give a space. In this way also it works. It need not to be always put in under this brackets. We can give a space and we can give the variable name here, that it will print this. Now we can also do it for same for string. And what else? Boolean, undefined, and null. Okay, we'll see for what does it say for undefined and null. We know for string it will say string. We know for what they say for boolean it will say boolean. Okay, we'll give it a try. Let's say let string equal to, okay, and then let bool equal to true. And console.log type of, no spaces, no spaces, type of str and sorry, let's see string and boolean. Okay, now we'll say let age undefined, let destination equal to no. Run this page and then again we'll print destination. Okay, now we'll say run. Okay, so here age it has print as it is undefined, it has print undefined. But for null, see what it has print. It has print an object. It hasn't print the data type as null. It has printed as an object because null is also considered as an object. Null is also one is considered as an object. We'll come to that why it is considered as an object. We'll definitely discuss about it once we get into programming. Once we get into more into programming, when we come across null most of the time. So if I comment this out and just print destination, see, it has printed object. So just remember, whenever we use null and try to get the type, or if someone asks what is the type, data type of null, okay, what is the type? What is the type of null? Okay, then please do say it's an object. The type of null is an object. It's not null, it's object. Why? And why it is called as object and why we will definitely discuss about it. But this is what type of helps us. Now I'll come to one thing. Let num equal to 9 divided by console.log num. Now it will print not a number, right? It will print not a number, right? Because we are trying to divide 9 with a string. Now, what do you think when we try to use type of? Type of, what should be the output of this? What should be the output of type of num? What should be the output of type of num? As it says not a number, then what should be the type of num? What should be the output?
String.
Okay, any more? Okay, let's run and see. What does it say?
Number.
It says number. Let me remove this and run this. Let me run. Let me. Here it says not a number. Okay, JavaScript itself says not a number. But when we are printing the type of that num, then it says it is a number. Why? Why? The reason is this. Okay. Let me come here. I think I have I think I have somewhere written the thing. Huh, yeah. Please read this. In JavaScript, NaN is still considered a number type because it's a special value that represents an invalid number. That is the reason when you use typeof for NaN, it still prints number. It is a special value that represents an invalid number. That is the reason. So here it is really tricky and you might get confused, and when asked in interviews also you might get confused when they say that okay, it's printing not a number, then what is a type of not a number, or why it is printing number when we are using type of this not a number. Then just say that it's a special value that represents an invalid number. That is the reason it is printing number as type of when we use a type of. Okay, now we'll come to this. We'll also check this one as well. Huh? We'll check this one. 9 divided by 0, which is infinity, right? We all know which is infinity. Okay, then I'll print the same here. 1, 1. Still, it's print a number. Why? Because infinity is also considered as a number. Infinity is also considered as a number. That is the reason type of infinity is also a number. Type of infinity is also a number. Okay. So I think we'll wind up here. And any questions, any doubts? Any questions, any doubts still here for type of or for data types? Will come our non-primitive data type. Okay. Type conversion will see it on Friday. Type conversion will see it on Friday. So any doubts with variables, or any doubts with data types, or any doubts with type of operator or object, how we create an object? Any doubts or any questions or queries? And if you
No,
don't
it's clear.
yeah, and if you don't practice, you'll definitely forget it on Friday or in next week if you don't practice it. And we are purely into programming, and watching videos once and you know or practicing it once will really not help. So you have to practice hard and practice a lot. And yeah, so we'll jump into type conversions and operators, everything. uh, okay, on Friday we'll discuss about type conversion, then we'll jump into operators. Yeah, we have a lot of operators, we'll jump into that. Okay, so that is all. Any, if you don't have any questions, then see you on Friday.
Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you everyone.
Bye.
How to practice? Do we have some like exercise?
Exercise, exercise, try it from your end. Try to add two numbers, or okay, as I said, in your at your home. Okay, you can take
Mhm.
anything, and see what data type it is and how can you place it. You can do
Okay,
that as an exercise. Just see which is string data type, which is a boolean data type, which is a number data type, which is undefined, and which is null. See, and try
okay,
your home products, try your home things to create variables. That will be really fun. Once
okay,
we
okay,
jump into operators, and once you have those written, then use type of operator to check if that is giving the right type of that the variable value which you have created. Okay.
okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, great. Then once
Okay,
we
Thank
bye.
you.
come into operators and all those things, then I'll be giving task. But yeah, the given tasks are not being done, so I'm not sure. If I give any more tasks, then what's the use or what?
No,
Yeah,
just give them, give tasks. Who wants to do the
yeah,
task is okay. Or who does not
yeah.
want,
Because
no
we
problem.
are into programming, so Programming is not just watching. We have to practice it. If we don't practice it, then we'll definitely forget it one day.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, enough Gyan.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.